Alright YouTube, I had a viewer comment on one of my videos asking about my XTS5000, so I'm going to do a quick little demonstration and review of the XTS5000. These are both Model 3 XTS5000 radios. They were introduced in 2001 by Motorola and set out as prototypes in 2001. In 2002, they got more of a global release and were seen pretty much in every department. So these radios have a full feature display and a full feature keypad, which is part of the Model 3s. A Model 2 will have a display and a limited keypad, and a Model 1 will only have a speaker and the housing. On the top of these radios, you have multiple switches and buttons. You have your emergency button, which I currently have as unprogrammed. You have your secure, unsecured, concentric switch, which mine is set indeed for secure operation and unsecure operation. You can program this in a CPS to do multiple features. It doesn't just have to be secure. I have my ABC toggle switch as zone toggle. So I go zone 3 on C, zone 2, if I can get it, right there, on B. On the side of the radio, these 3 buttons can be programmed for multiple features also. Top one, squelch. Middle one, scan. Bottom one is the backlight. So on the front of the radio, you have 3 soft keys right here. Soft key 1, 2, and 3. They program to whatever you want your soft key function to be. These radios have a hoard out flash code, which means they have every feature enabled, including FPP. So on analog 1, if you want to change the frequency, you hit the FPP key. Hit OK, hit view, there's your channel. Here's all your things for your channel. Everything. NAC, analog, digital, bandwidth, everything. Go back on that. I have this soft key set for zone. Lets me change my zone. You can scan right through here, go to your zone. Also, you can hit the number key and go straight to 4. Go back to 1. Soft key 3 is set for my impress battery status. Shows your percent, your capacity, how many charges the battery has had. Also, an impress battery will give you a battery gauge meter in the top right corner. Hit over, you can add more features to your soft keys. I have set for mute, which will mute the radio tones. I have power, which sets the radio power. And I have program, which lets me program my scan list. Going farther, I have clock, where I can program the clock. I have view, which lets me view the scan list, and I have TX inhibit, which does not let the radio TX. I have 2 variants of the 5000, the regular 5000, and I have a 5000R, which is factory neutral. That's what the R is for. Also, the R is a rugged radio. So if you go ahead and pull this battery off, let's see if I can do. Alright, so taking off the battery shows that it is indeed a R. As you can see, it says factory mutual approved. Also, the R has a gas plug. This radio can be used in hazardous factories, which include chemical factories, bomb factories, pretty much everything that you can't have any RF or electrical bleed off a radio. With a R radio, you will have to use a IS battery, which will make the radio fully compliant. Not using an IS battery will make the radio out of compliance, which can issue your company a fine. Alright, so back to the radios. The audio quality in analog
is actually quite clear. The XTS5000 has some of the most superior analog audio in the market. As old as these radios are, they are still very kick-ass.
Alright, so we're going to go to digital. Let's go to zone 2 and do some of the APCO P25 digital audio test. APCO P25 digital audio test. As you can see, it's decoding my soft ID of 8184, which is a feature of this radio. It is flash code dependent. Once again, APCO 25 digital test. Supposedly the radio can decode MDC IDs. No, that's digital. Let's go back to analog where I have MDC set up on this channel.
Radio check.
As you can see, it does decode MDC IDs, which is a great feature. These radios are very versatile. They come in multiple band splits: VHF, UHF, UHF high, 700, 800, and 900 megahertz. They come in 3 models: Model 1, Model 2, Model 3 as you see. They also come in 3 editions per se. They come in a regular 5000, they come in the 5000R, and then there is the regular unlabeled variant. The unlabeled variant is the Type 1 CCI variant. When you turn on the radio, instead of it saying self-test, it will say secure lock. You will have to hit the home button 5 times to get that radio out of secure lock. The CCI radios are considered actually a ticking time bomb, due to the fact that the onboard battery on the controller board, once that battery is depleted, the radio will be useless unless you change the controller. No encryption types can be changed in the Type 1 model. These radios are version 17 firmware and version 17 DSP. They currently have hold-out flash codes, which means every feature is enabled in the radio to use. These radios can do 40-bit, ADP encrypted radio on digital, and they also currently have DES/DES-XL UCMs installed in them, which is 56-bit CVSD encryption with an audio bitrate of 12 kilobits, which is why the analog side of DES-XL sounds like complete garbage. I will do a demonstration of that.
Alright, so this is an analog test of the XTS5000. Crystal clear, unsecure analog audio. Again, this is an analog test. When I initiate secure mode using the 56-bit DES-XL encryption key, the LED will double flash and the radio will show the secure icon on its display. Also, it will show the key name in the radio as TACLane Net, which is the current name for the encryption key. Once again, this is an analog test. Now we are in 56-bit DES-XL encryption. This is analog radio encryption using a 56-bit key using the CVSD codec. The encrypted audio goes from the microphone through the UCM over the air back through the UCM to the radio. That's a conversion of analog to digital, back to analog to the audio. Hence why the audio sounds like pure crap. This is DES-XL analog encryption.
DES-XL encryption is also capable of being transmitted over APCode 25. When transmitted to APCode 25, it is just attached as a digital bit, which does not cause audio degradation. Also, it will allow improved range over the analog mode. I'm going to do a test now of APCode 25 audio with DES-XL encryption enabled.
Alright, so this is unsecure APCode 25 digital testing on a XTS5000. This is unsecure APCode 25 digital. So you notice the digital voice is crystal clear. And this is DES-XL over APCode 25. As you can see, there is no audible difference on it. Also, there will be improved range as the cipher will not lose sync as it does on analog. This is outcode 25 encrypted.
All right, so you're probably asking, what does it take to encrypt one of these digital analog bad boys of a radio? Well, it's going to take one of these. Either you can use a T3011 DX KVL device, or you can use a KVL3000 device. This device right here is only capable of doing DES XL using this key load fill cable for the 5000. This device right here only can do DES and I think a few other analog variants. This device will not do AES 256. You will need a KVL 3000 or higher to do AES 256. Alright, we're going to do a quick clip of what DES XL sounds like in the raw on analog. So let's go ahead and squelch this PRC 153/XTS2500. This is a special USMC variant of the XTS2500. Let's go ahead and put the radio in squelch. And here is analog DES XL. That's what the encryption cipher sounds like. Sounds very similar to white noise. Let's go ahead and switch this to digital. And this is what you will hear when you go to digital. Put that in the right zone. I'm going to go to digital. This is what APCO 25 encrypted in digital sounds like. As you can see, it still will decode my soft ID, but the voice will be encrypted. And this is what DES and pretty much any other version of digital encryption will sound like. And that's about it. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment, and I'll get back to you with them. Also, if you would like to request to see other videos of my other radio equipment, which includes DMR equipment and analog equipment. Also, I have a few EF Johnson portables. Also, go ahead and put that down in the comments below.